Okay. Well, today it's gonna be very interesting. Very interesting indeed. I've been thinking over the weekend. I've done some rebuilding, and we have, yeah, rebuilding again, but new things have been found. You can see that I have already kind of attempted to do a middle tunnel support. Uh, we have the hand of God steering axle is kind of sorted. This is sorted as well. Um, well, I'll explain later again, but we have the anti-roll bar. See, uh, I was against us using the same thing that Ford uses in the real car. However, I tried all the other options, and there's just no room to make the entire rollbar link go down here when this link is here. So I took the plunge and installed the entire rollbar just the way it's in the car, and surprisingly, the ball joints here do not pop out, to my surprise. So yeah, I mean, it works. I tested it on the load. I mean, yeah. What happened now is the stutter popped out. So yeah, it's not the fault of this. Um, and then more surprises, of course. So you will notice that one of those strut towers is not like the other. So you see, on this strut tower, I moved the spring one stud further out than on this. So this uh, tower is the same as we had last time, but here I moved everything one stud further out. Uh, what this does is that it increases our camber. It decreases our camber. Sorry. So it makes the camber goes from slightly positive to basically negative. But this is not a bad thing, because you see, the suspension as we have now is at full drop. Okay, so this is when the car is lifted off the ground. Now when the car the car settles on the ground, these A-arms uh, become, basically the angle decreases and the length increases. So they basically push out, and when they push out, the camber becomes neutral. So basically, I tested it and looked at it for, I don't know, half an hour. And basically, when the car is sitting on the ground at right height, the camber is neutral, so it's flat. It only is it only you see this. We had the same effect in the Charger as well. So basically, the wheel, it's kind of curved inward, and the contact patch to the ground, you see, it would decrease. But with the weight of the car and this actually pushing out, the camber becomes neutral, so the tire is really flat with the ground, which is good. At the same time, what this means is that our strut towers get pushed one stud further out. Okay, so we have even more room in the engine bay. This is not what I intended to do with this. I was just experimenting a little bit because I noticed that on this side, the camber is already going in. I'm exaggerating, of course. It's going inside while the wheel is at full drop, and when the wheel gets compressed, when the wheel, you see, when the wheel gets a little bit compressed, we already have camber. I don't know if it's positive or negative. Um, the wheel basically, the wheel basically goes like that, and I don't like this. So I really prefer this setup. So the wheels, when at full drop, the wheels, I'm exaggerating, of course, are pointing inwards instead of pointing outwards. Uh, this gives us interesting opportunities here. So the strut towers suddenly can be even smaller, even more compact, which is always good. Nobody ever complained that there was too much room in the engine bay. Uh, but of course, the second thing that we need to address is that the steering geometry is gonna change. And ideally, the steering rack needs to move half a stud further to the back. Either that or everything here, so the strut towers and everything here needs to move half a stud further to the front. Because, see, ideally, these here point slightly to the front, and I would like to have them parallel or slightly to the back. Okay, yeah. So basically, what Marcos has shown us, we actually want positive camber, not negative. Negative camber is the car gains negative camber when it basically the suspension compresses, which is actually what happens in real life. And when it decompresses, we gain positive camber. So uh, it's very simple to see when you basically uh, compress just one side of the car without any steering input and anything. So if we have a positive camber here and negative camber here in this situation, so when one side is fully compressed, basically the tires should be flat with the ground. So maximum traction would be provided. If there was no camber change, we would basically get a situation that happens in Lego cars. So basically, we have this happening instead of so both tires wheels lean on the same side, and they both basically lose contact with the ground. One on the inside, one on the others, one on the outside of the tire. So basically, yeah, in a Lego suspension, only this part of the tire still has contact with the ground, and this part. So basically, we don't want that. We want the tires to be in contact with the ground. Well, on the whole surface all the time. So basically, no matter what the roll of the car, we want there to be contact all of the time. Yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna move this. We're gonna move this to the outside as well, just as we did here. And of course, we need to re-engineer the strut tower a little bit. Suddenly, of course, we have the freedom. You see, we have the freedom to do something in here because the spring is now a little bit further out. So the bottom bottom of the strut tower is not gonna change. I mean, the location, but we are gonna do something here. I am not sure yet what, because I literally was doing this the hour before the stream, so I'm still, figuring things out. Um, sadly, sadly, I don't think we can use these, even though I would love to do it, because they are, you know, they would make everything more compact. They are still not the right part for this. Yeah. So I would have to move this even one step further out, but that's not gonna happen because that's not the right place for it. And if we use this and have, I don't know, well, maybe, yeah. Let me just experiment with something. Um, maybe there's a chance. Maybe there's a chance. Let's see. There's a very slight chance that we might have something here, but I don't have high hopes. Okay. So the only chance that I see here, yeah, but no, already. You can see here, you see that one little chip. Ideally, my plan would be to do this. Well, you have not seen anything. But the problem is that the geometry just isn't with us, and you can see that. Come on, focus. Yeah, you can see that they are not straight. This thing is pushed a little bit out here because of the axle going through. Hey builder, yeah, I mean, I hope it's not too much. So, what are we going to do with this? That's the problem. What are we gonna do here? Because we have to do something. We have to do something. And we have to do it in a way that whatever we do here will not suddenly cause this to push inward too much, and then we get all bunch of problems. So right now I'm gonna leave the strut tower as it is, and we're gonna focus on the steering, because the steering, if we cannot find a solution for the steering, then we have to see if we can move the whole suspension half a stud to the front, so including the strut towers. I would like to avoid that, but we'll see. We'll see. I mean, right now the everything here is a clean stud, and I would not want to go to my favorite unit, the half a stud. So what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? I mean, one of the things I want to do is change change these here, because I don't like the way they're done. There's a better way. There is a better way to do them. So instead of having them having it like this, we're gonna have it like this. I think this is the better solution. Oh yeah, this is much better, because I noticed that these, of course, because they have they can move, you know, they can rotate. Uh, they were dislodging themselves, and I just wasn't comfortable with them. So these here actually feel they feel a lot stronger. Still not sure if this is the final solution that we are going to implement. But you know, hey GSP, we'll see. We'll see. Okay. Um, so now with our steering links, we do want them. Mr. Blobfish, hey, we want the steering link basically to go half a stud further to the back. Ideally, of course, I would have a cheap solution and would just extend these, but I can't, because when I put the wheel on, you see, these are already on the edge of what is possible. Any further out, and these are gonna scrape on the tire, so we cannot have that. I did. Okay. I mean, I I don't I didn't see it. I read your bricks a little bit, but didn't see it. But yeah, oh, cool. Um. Okay. What? I mean, what to do here? How do we get half a stud further back? Cause the other solution would be, as I mentioned, basically just move these links further to the front, and that would be it. I mean, it's easier said than done, but that would be one of the solutions. This is really independent. We can move this half a stud to the front, no problem. Yeah, but the steering, the lower links. You see, if I'm just gonna build something here to see what's happening when we move them to the front. Let's say I use this. And I'm gonna use this. I mean, I am actually very happy that I can help people that are new to Lego or new to building. That's well, that's basically one of my goals. That to start people on this and start people to basically get people on a path that is different from the standard Lego building techniques. That's basically my main goal. But you know, if I can help people do this, I'm happy. Wait. Okay. Yeah. Hey, Method. Welcome to the stream. And Mr. Morty is also here. The gang is together. So, okay. Okay, maybe this is better than I expected. Maybe this is gonna be even better than I anticipated. Okay. I mean, we can always do something for support here. But I just basically wanted, see, I wanted just to move this half a step forward. So yeah, you can clearly see the difference. You can clearly see the difference that this here is now much more horizontal. So basically, it before it was pulling this inwards. And now that we brought it closer, we basically moved this front to the front. We basically moved it a little bit out. Well, technically, we have modded only one part on everything we've done so far. We have we have two modified parts. We modified the spring, and we are using LP power wheel hubs. Everything else is completely unmodified stock Lego. So being accused of modifying parts on the stream, I don't know. I'm really trying to not modify parts because I want to inspire people to build interesting things. You know, it's this is the technical challenge to not take the easy way out and modify parts, but to try to think of solutions to make what you want with the parts that are available. So not modifying stuff. Oh yeah. Sorry, yeah. Well, I don't see a problem with using. I mean, you are not really destroying Lego by using an axle as an anti-roll bar. There are not gonna. The anti-roll effect is just temporary when you drive in the corner, and it's really not gonna deform the axle. The torsion bars that we are doing with the charger, yeah, you can argue that the torsion bars are gonna deform the bricks over time. Yeah, I can get behind that argument, but with the anti-roll bar, no. Anti-roll bar is legit. I don't think this is doing harm to Lego. No, but I mean JSP has a point. I replied to too quickly, so yeah, and I didn't read it properly. So that's a legitimate point. Okay. Now the problem that we have now, we have created more caster, of course. So now we have to basically move the strut towers. Well, redesign them, but that's what we wanted to do anyway. and I'm gonna reposition the anti-roll bar, which I wanted to do anyway because it's actually going to be in the way of the steering rack here. So I have to kinda redesign this as well. But okay. Okay. Mm. That is true that kids play with their toys. The problem is, yeah, but the you know technic stuff is not for kids, and wheel hubs should be strong and have less slack. Definitely, absolutely. Um, okay, where was I? Yeah, where was I? So, well, I need to brace these here. This is gonna be a challenge. But that's not gonna be the real challenge. The real challenge is now really to move the strut towers, because definitely the strut towers are now, because we moved this to the front, they are in the wrong place. However, there's one thing that I want to check. I want to check if the distance between the center of the wheel, so this, uh, to this is half a stud or is it a whole stud? Because that's important. Now that we moved everything, let's see. It's important for our measurements. So it's basically, for all intents and purposes, it's one stud. But once we correct the caster, it's gonna be exactly on the stud scale. So no half stud. So this is good. This is exactly what we want. So I don't know. I don't know. We have to change the strut towers anyway, because we have a slight, uh, well, not bending, but or shearing. This is not exactly in the geometry. That's why we need to change them. See, uh, we need to adjust either the angle or let's see, maybe it's just the angle. Uh, yeah. See, if we don't want this to bind or whatever, we have too much caster. This is too much caster, in my opinion. It's definitely not the 2 to 5 degrees that we should have. I didn't really search for it for the triangle, but no, I didn't find it. I didn't find it. So yeah, this is too much caster, I think. And this is parallel. Hmm. This is tempting. I mean, it's a lot of caster, but I'm tempted to use this caster because suddenly uh, these are also very parallel. These are very parallel to the lower arms, and yeah, I think we should use this. No, it was more the we thought it's 7 degrees, but I googled, and it's more like 2.5 to 5 degrees of caster. But I think we are gonna go for that. I mean, for whatever we have here. Uh, okay. Yeah, that's about it. Because remember, we want this to be fully inline. We don't want this to be like, because exactly of the slack that we were talking about, one can be led to believe that it's sitting correctly, but since we have the slack on the axle, on pinhole and axle, we can have weird angles that you know that are not really what we want. But yeah, uh, okay. So now that we did this, we are gonna do this side as well, and then I can judge the angle. Just a second. Let me do the same to this side and that we did on the other side. Okay. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay. Mhm. Okay, before I pass any judgment on the geometry here, we need to fix this because this is screwing our well, basically everything. Yeah, I mean, especially since this is a model car, we can exaggerate the caster a little bit in order to get the desired effect. I think we should be okay with that. Yeah, I mean, um, this is still the whole thing here is actually deceiving because the engine bay is actually up until here. The firewall is here, basically. This is the firewall. These are basically footwells. Footwells that are basically hidden under the firewall. So the actual firewall is here. So that's the room that the engine can occupy. So that's basically, well, it's the engine can be 15 studs long without issues. So the inline three fits here without issues, and not even hitting the engine bay, not even hitting the steering rack. So this is gonna be a fun car, you know. Um, where was I? Okay, yeah. we need to make sure that these here don't flap around like that. I want a system here that makes the suspension arms removable, uh, but at the same time they need to be removable. At the same time, of course, they need to adhere to the geometry that we set up here. They need to be supported here as well, because I mean the original arms are a little bit more fragile, but everything in the original car is, you know, since it's sheet metal and pressed, it's, you know, it's it can be done differently than what we have here. We cannot do everything exactly like the engineers at Ford did. But yeah, we need to do something better here with this and with this. So I'm gonna use this here. No, that's not the purpose of the caster. The purpose of the caster is that when you drive along, the caster makes sure that your wheels are pointing straight. This has nothing to do with the trophy trucks. The trophy trucks have a big caster for, well, yes, for this reason, but for other reasons as well. So this makes this interesting. Okay. I mean, I would like this to be secured here on both sides. On both sides, yeah. But how do I do that? How do I put something in here without compromising the entire suspension bridge? I think I can. I think I can get away with doing this, because I already have this supported with pins. I can support this with an axle, I think. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself, but I think we can get away with this. Let's remove all of this. Yeah, classic. Yeah, but Lego suspensions are crappy. I was not wrong. They are kind of crappy. Especially they are very unimaginative. What was fine in 1994 is not fine in 2020. Okay, yeah, we can get away with this. This is fine. This is fine. There. Fine. Okay. Now let's get this back here. installed. And now I think I'm gonna use this and did it? No, yeah, this. I'm gonna use this and this. There. And I'm gonna use this. Then what I can do, I'm not happy with this, of course. Just note that I'm not happy with this. Now I can do this and this and this. Okay. Oh crap. I've basically done the other one. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Because I didn't pay attention. Okay. No, doesn't matter. Helion. Okay. There. Now it has to be, yeah, this way. That, like this. There, there. There, and this. Okay. Now we can have this guy. So our A arms are kind of, they become pretty elaborate. Okay. There. And now we can put lift arms here to secure these. There we go. There we go. So this is now much better than before. And now we need to make the mount for the anti-roll bar. What? God, you have written so much while I was building. Oh, right. The 4x4 chassis. No, I did not look into the valves. Sorry. I'm gonna look into them. I mean, I think I have some at home, but I'm not sure. Let me see. Yeah, I have some at home. So I have, I have some valves at home. They are not all of them are the same type, I think. But I should have, yeah, I have exactly 6 for you of the same type. Okay, so we are gonna do these on Wednesday. So on Wednesday we modify valves for Leon. Okay. Right. Where were we? Where were we? Now we need to make the anti-roll bar. Anti-roll bar sits here. So it sits one stud further to the front than before. But it like 1, 2, 3. I'm thinking on how to make it as minimalist as possible, or well, if not minimalist, as interesting as possible. So let's take it down like that. No, that's gonna be kinda too elaborate. Something simple. Okay, wait. So if I go 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. It's just not right. Where is it? I have an idea, but let me run it past you. So one idea would be, to use this guy here. I'm not even sure if this is gonna work. This guy here, and then I would have a link here, just so that it wouldn't go backwards, but it's kind of I don't know. I'm not sure if I like it. The other way would be if I turned this simply like that. That would be another way. Of course, there's a problem as usual with all of these solutions, and the problem is the following. We don't have a problem on this side. Okay, so on this side everything's fine. However, here it is. However, on the other side, so on the driver's side, I think the problem is gonna be, I think it's not guaranteed. The problem is gonna be that our steering rack is gonna sit right on top of it, and it's not gonna work. It can be a problem or not. I don't know. Maybe it's not gonna be a problem. Maybe the steering rack is gonna go, and I'm misjudging this completely. The steering rack is gonna be more like basically going further, and then it's gonna be like the steering wheel is gonna be like, I don't know, here, like here. If this is the firewall, steering wheel is gonna be here, and yeah, I think this is not gonna be a problem. Yeah, we'll go with this, and we can change it later. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna go with this. Yeah, I'm gonna change this later as well. Doesn't matter. Let's just put the anti-roll bar in for now. The L piece is too long. I need a 3-stud piece, not a 4-stud piece. There we go. So the front suspension is really sturdy. This is really nice. Okay. The $1 million question now is, what did this do to the geometry? Are the wheels parallel or not? But to find this out, we forgot something. We forgot to move this guy like this, 1 stud further out. Well, I forgot. This is just experimental, of course, but you know, I like to experiment. Okay. Looking good to me, but that doesn't say anything. Things have looked good to me before and it turned out shit. So, but I really like how direct this is and how it really works nicely. Now let's see what happens when the wheels are on. Okay. It's hard to really convey this on camera. Okay. I need to hold this apparently. So there's no bumps here. That's good. There's no bumps here. I need to hold this apart. God damn it. But yeah, even though you see, even though this is a good idea, no. We are gonna live with the what is it, positive caster, because this is just shit. Not necessarily. We probably won't need a strut bar, but the caster that I wanted doesn't work. we are gonna go back to what we had. So we're gonna have a little bit of what is it? Positive, negative cut. I don't know. I can't remember. Whatever it is, this is gonna be fine. There. Yeah, this is gonna be fine. But is this gonna be fine? Let's see. The caster is good. Do we have bump steer? No, there's 0 bump steer, which is very good. No bump steer. Let's see what's happening with the wheels under load. Or not. Yeah, as far as I can tell, the wheels are perfectly parallel. They are perfectly parallel, even though from some perspective it may not look like it. The wheels are perfectly parallel with the rails and everything. So I'm pretty happy with this. I am actually pretty happy with this. So yeah, we have done good. So the suspension is really sturdy in the front, as it should be. The steering is nice and direct. You know, it's always nice when you make setup and you basically feel on hand when you basically steer with your hand on the wheel, and you see that the action that you do on one wheel directly transfers to the other side. When I did suspensions with only bionicle joints, the effect is really even better. I mean, it's like in the real car. Uh, Matteo, hey, welcome to the stream. Yeah, so next, what we're gonna do is we need to do something about the strut towers. So it's really annoying to me how they flop around. But as usual, it's not as simple. Okay, so now we need to redefine the position of the firewall, and then I think we need to re-engineer this part here of the frame rails, because I think, not sure, I think we need to move this part here one stud further inwards, because or maybe not. I need to take a look at some pictures of the Sierra, because if we leave things as they are, you see, with just this panel on the side, then basically, since we are at the edge of the width of the car, so basically then the rest of the car is gonna go just up. It's gonna be a wall. I mean, just square. May not necessarily be a bad thing, but I'm not sure. I have to take a look at some pictures. So let's Google, or well, not Google. I have pictures on the computer. Let's see about some pictures of the Sierra. Okay. No, sorry. Okay. Well, technically we're fine. Yeah, technically it can be the way I see it here. Of course, we have to omit details as usual. It can be a wall. That's it. Yeah. Here. If you take a look at this picture, the door basically can be just a straight wall up until the belt line. And then from the belt line onwards, it slopes inwards. As always, this is Lego. We need to omit some details. With the charger, we omitted a lot of details on the side of the car to basically create the iconic Coke bottle. So yeah, some details need to be sacrificed, but the car is going to be recognized as a Sierra. I mean, yeah, it's going to be fine. Okay, so this means basically that we can keep this. We can keep this. The door is then gonna mount to, I mean, not to this, but to another panel. It's gonna be here. I mean, it's gonna be technically here, and the door is gonna be mounted here and swing like that. Similar to the charger, but not really, because everything else here is gonna be different. Okay. And let me take a look at the blueprint again. So the blueprint is this. Just to check the distance where the firewall needs to be. So the firewall needs to be 6 for like 10 studs away from the center of the wheel. Okay. So if this is an 11 stud, right, is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, this is an 11 stud. Then the firewall needs to be here. So the firewall is basically here. 1, 2. Okay. Let me just mark the position of the firewall. Just so that we know exactly where it is. Yeah, so the firewall is here. There. Yeah, I've seen the white Sierra. I am actually going to look at it in more detail, just to see what kind of techniques he used for the bodywork. Obviously, we are gonna take inspiration with them. But yeah. Okay, so the firewall is here. Firewall is here, and the firewall is basically it's 13 studs above the bodywork. So let me just position this. How do I position this properly? Basically, the firewall, yeah, the top end of the firewall would be here. here. So this is 13 studs. 13 studs is this. Yeah, but one thing that I forgot is that this, of course, is not meant to mount here. It's meant to mount one stud lower. That's what I forgot. So this guy here will mount here. And I'm just gonna position it just so that I don't forget, because this one stud of firewall can actually become a problem with the scale of the car. And what I'm doing here is just, you know, it's not got the final word. Okay, yeah, so that's more proper. So the we take the measurement for the height of the firewall from here, so from the lowest point of the chassis. Yep, that's right. So the firewall height is, we are 3 studs higher than this. So this, okay. Let me change this. Okay. So basically, that's the height of the firewall, and this is basically the part where the windscreen ends. So the windshield is gonna be here. You have to imagine it, and the A-pillar starts like the way I see it on the picture. Hold on. The A-pillar starts, yeah, like something like here. This is where the A-pillar starts, you know, and then, you know, the windscreen goes like this, and actually we're gonna have a lot of room here in the engine bay. I can see the engine bay being huge. Yeah, a lot of room for activities. Which question did you ask earlier? Hey Ben, repeat the question, please. I was too much into this. Maybe I didn't notice it, or I did answer it and it got lost somehow. I don't know. Okay, strut towers, part 2. So the angle of the strut towers changed because of our change of the caster. So maybe the geometry gods are now with us. Maybe. Hey Method, see ya. Help with the drift axle. What do you mean drift axle? I saw a stream. I saw on Eurobricks there was a guy doing. There was a guy doing like a 4-wheel drive drift car, which is moronic, but idea is to have one buggy for front and one buggy for rear. Okay, making a server fit is an issue. I don't know what you mean with the buggy. Maybe if you send me some pictures, I will make a better assessment of it. I don't know. Okay, so with our firewall, what we're gonna do is we're gonna cheat. Since we want this to be a car that's gonna be able to test engines and stuff, we are gonna do like the engine bay. You can see clearly here that we have cutouts in the tunnel. So the engine bay can kind of secretly go underneath the windscreen. So there can be a cavity underneath the windscreen for more engine. And we are gonna do this. So we're gonna, well, the firewall kinda has to be here, but it's gonna be two studs further in the engine bay area. Okay, so that we can have more room here. Okay, I can see your point. Yeah, I can see your point. I haven't, to be honest, I haven't considered that. But weight is also a big factor. You mean the original Beetle? Yeah. In what scale? There's scales in which it's possible to make the Beetle front suspension, and there's scales where it's not really feasible. Okay. Yeah, geometry of struts. Geometry of struts. So one thing, of course, we need to consider. Uh, right now we have the whole strut, so the whole spring suspended only on one pin here, which is not good. So we need at least one more point of attachment here in the lower parts somewhere. Not in the front, obviously, we discussed this before, but here somewhere in this part. And then, of course, we need to attach the upper part to this bulkhead here. Not too big and not too small. Yeah. I don't know which wheels would you use for it. I kind of tried to make a VW van with the same suspension, and I used the wheels that are used on most Lego trucks, so the Arocs and stuff like that, and the suspension was I don't know, it didn't work. It didn't work. It was everything was too small. Custom metal Lego CV joints. I don't know. God damn it. I mean, I see a possible connection here by half a stud with a part that I would like to use, but I'm not sure if I can use. Uh, First, I need to get rid of this because it's screwing up the geometry again. Yeah. Okay. The thing is, if we look at it like this, so if I want this to be parallel to this and this parallel to this, which it should be in order not to stress this connection here, then the caster is way too big. So we need to do something about that. And what are we gonna do about this? We're gonna have to change something. Gonna have to change something. And I see what 1, 2, 3. Yeah, let's see if this is gonna be okay. Hmm? Okay. So you have to come out. I need to replace him with this. Okay. This went smoother than expected. Okay. Okay, first hurdle. We need to make this shorter. Yeah, but this isn't right. This isn't right at all. No, 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 no. Okay, no, no, no. Forget it. This isn't cool. This isn't cool at all. Maybe, yeah, maybe one stud for the front. Yeah. Yeah, the Carman Gia uses the same suspension as the Beetle, yeah. Um, well, it's a complex situation. Um, the front suspension, yeah, it's much more complicated than the rear, but both the front and the rear are torsion bar suspensions. Let's keep that in mind. Mhm. Okay, now we have less caster. I mean, this would probably be more accurate in terms of the real car, but this is what we want if we want less. I mean, if we don't want bump steer, so we need to kind of, well, this has to rotate like this. This is weird. Very weird. So I want this to be half a stud further there. Why is it always half a stud? I hate this. It's always half a stud. That's giving me the problems. I mean, in the end, I'm gonna end up with this solution again. Hey, Carbon. Okay. And this has to come out once more. Okay. There. Okay. Yeah, and this is... Oh, no, wait. What did I want to do? Ah, stupid me. Stupid me. Of course. Down there. Down there it has to be. Come on. Okay. Yeah, but no. This is not good. But wait, maybe it has to be the other way. Hold on. Hold your horses. Let's see. Okay. Yes, that's better. Yep. That's the way we want it. Here it has to be. Okay. That's the way. Okay. And what about here? Here it's exactly in the middle. Yeah, just the way we had it. I would, if I could. I absolutely would. And I still may. I still may, but first I need to solve the angle of the strut tower. Okay, so this angle this looks okayish. Yeah. Can live with that. Yeah. Doesn't hit anything. Okay. And it's really as aligned, you know, it's as aligned as possible, as you can see. It's as aligned with everything as possible. And now that we have fixated it here, we can see about well, we can see about doing the rest. How to attach it, maybe in the front, or maybe here in the rear. I mean, the attachment here is as perfect as possible. No, but it was worth a try. It's not the correct geometry. What about in the front? What about in the front? Would there be a chance for us to find this was just easier to take the entire support out. Change that. Okay. Now let's see. Is there a chance of us scoring a hit? No. God damn it. No. No. there's really no chance or what. So okay, we have to live with the strut tower being suspended here on the bottom on just one pin, and let's find out if we can support this here somehow. Maybe we can angle it. Maybe we can angle it here somehow. Let's see. I mean, maybe, but not really. Okay. However, what if we do a crazy stunt like this? Okay, so not. I mean, it works. They are connected. They are connected. But I'm kind of not happy. Hmm. I mean, it works, but we need to find another solution. This is not. It's not kosher. This is not kosher. Hmm. What if we use? I mean, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. What if we experiment a little bit? smaller. Put these on top. Not like this. There. There must be a way here. Must be a way for me to eat the cake and keep it. Yeah, Lego buggy motors are just out of this world expensive. For the price, I think the China motors are great. They may not be as good as Lego motors, but for that price, you cannot really go wrong. I don't know. Yeah, but 25 euros is still less than anything else. I mean, so if we make this connection, then we need to make a connection downwards. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Jesus. Jesus. Let's see if this is gonna work out. One, two, three. Okay. I'm not deleting them. Oh, you mean from Eurobricks? Maybe some moderators. I don't know. I would not know. So it's we go with less here. Okay, so this would be this. Okay. Vince, take care. One, two, three. But that's not like a bad price for metal U joints, if there are any good, in my opinion. I mean, but you know what? What do I know? here? Hmm. One, two, three, and you can go like 4 here. Hmm. Man, whatever I do here, I can't win. Oh, maybe it's gonna be better than before. Okay, what have I done here? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, of course. Of course. Shipping from China is cheap anywhere. They are basically filling up a container and then shipping it as a unit. And they have some special deals, and I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so this strut tower that I made here is better. It's not entirely good, but it's better. Better than what we had, I guess. Hmm. What? Shipping is. Are you crazy? Shipping is $142 to Bosnia. For what? For a $14 part. Oh my god. There, the black pin just got a reinforcement. Now it's solid. Yep. Nothing's gonna happen now. Of course it's a scam. Of course it's a scam. I mean, they are basically selling you something for cheap and then they are earning their money back on shipping. Basically, that's the way I see it. Okay, so this is pretty solid. Pretty damn solid. Okay. I don't know if the geometry is perfectly alright, but it fits. It fucking fits. And this is kinda pretty solid. Not sure about the mount here. This mount here needs to be reconsidered. But this, compared to this is absolutely solid. Yep. Yeah, of course there's a problem. Now we have a problem with this interfering with the steering. Of course we do. Why wouldn't we? Why wouldn't we? Yep, god fucking damn it. Exactly. I think we can actually solve it. Let's see. useless. I mean, this is gonna work. This is even better. Just need to fix it, something here. To be honest, I would never buy something from Wish. Hmm. Yeah, the Chinese are. They don't really care about property, copyright, anything. They don't care. Um, that's a problem, yeah. And I have nothing against Chinese people, but it's it's the business practices that they have, and that's all their are result of you know their I wouldn't say culture, but of the business environment that's there. It's gonna end one day, but for now we have to live with it. They will not be able to do this forever. It's gonna change eventually. Hmm. Well, now I need something here. I need it to come to me. Yeah, and the problem is that the Chinese state is actually standing behind all of these copyright infringers. The Chinese state just says, "Yeah, we don't care." Mhm. Okay, we make it here, just in the middle. One, two, three. It should be here. Yeah, that would be ideal. Here in the middle. Here in the middle would be ideal for an axle holding this together. I mean, Lego nowadays is not for kids anymore. Let's not pretend this. Who is buying most of the sets? Adults, us. We are at the moment the ones that buy most of any of those sets. Uh, that's why they are bringing out sets like the Colosseum, all of those expensive Technic sets, creator sets, whatever. They are specifically aimed at adults, not at children. Nobody's gonna buy a Lego piano for 350 euros for their kid. Why? I mean, it's they're buying them for themselves to put on a shelf. Uh, the real kid stuff that Lego makes is also crap. It's too much, too many licenses for Star Wars and I don't know what. Bring back castle, pirates, trains, normal town. We want houses for town that can be combined with trains. Bring back I don't know western, whatever. Just these are themes that don't need licenses and will always be interesting. Hmm. I mean, I made a beefy strut tower that's actually pretty cool, but I have no way of mounting it to one of the most important parts here. That would prevent, everything here. And I don't have to mount it here because it's stiff enough. Just have to mount it here to this rail. Mm. And it's of course half a stud. My lovely, my favorite dimension, half a stud. Marco, take care. Yeah, okay. We are gonna find a solution here. Um, before we end for tonight, because this is driving me nuts. There have, I mean, there has to be something. Of course, there is something. Where is it? Of course, we should use this part. I think for something here. Mhm. Yeah, no. Yeah, no, literally. That should be my nickname. But if I replace this here, if I replace this Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay. Whatever. Okay, so if I use this and then fuck you. Okay. Okay. Now I'm gonna test my theory. This here. Okay. So yeah, the geometry is solid. This is proper, not ideal, but you know, just look at this, how it's moving. This is moving a lot. This is not moving at all. So this strut tower is very solid. This one isn't. I think that solves it. Yeah. Okay. So I mean, we did quite a lot today. I was actually worried that we would not be able to solve those issues, but we were. No bump steer. There's no bump steer. This feels extremely solid. Yes, of course it pops out, but that's because this needs re-evaluation. I do have an idea. I do have an idea how to solve this. It kind of, since we need to hold this in, and we want to prevent this from moving back and forth, why don't we use this? Why don't we mount this here with the help of this? Because it cannot be pulled out. It's gonna adhere to whatever angle we want. And I think we need to consider using this. There is room for it. There is room for it. This is gonna make everything much more solid. Yeah. but not for today. Not today. Um, so on Wednesday, we are starting the stream with making the switches for Leon, and then we are gonna see how much time we have, what we're gonna do. Maybe I'm gonna have time to do a strut between the streams with this. I'll see. If I do, we can discuss this then. But until then, that's it for today. I'll see you on Wednesday. Um, don't forget, I have a Patreon. You know, Lego is expensive. I need your support. Um, like my videos, and thanks for watching. And I'll see you on Wednesday.